I'm so sick right now. Uh, got like the worst hay fever, but like, what up, day 219? That sounds a lot cooler now that we're like in the 200s. So like 219, double kill, triple kill, quadruple kill, Kilimanjaro. Wait, you guys know that? I feel like if you were like born 2008 or after, you would not know what that is. Because honestly, I don't know either. I know it's from like either Halo or COD, but yeah, right now, so tired. I'm sick, and this hay fever is gonna be fucked up. I cannot focus. Uh, Thankfully, um, I guess maybe it's a silver lining that our Claude code does not reset for the week until 4 p.m. tomorrow, which means all the heavy backend work in terms of the coding should all be done in one go, pretty much. And then I just have to test and double check that's actually working. And then from there on, it's actually working sales. Tomorrow, I need to message a guy. Honestly, to test the flow. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, we we went on a morning run. We went to the gym, and I couldn't really do shit because of the hay fever. Tomorrow we're gonna just write out a couple things, finalize some things, and then we should be good. And then it's just Claude code and shit. Like, yeah, I'm I look like shit. Um, you can't see, but because I'm as soon as I'm done filming this, I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'm not sick, so I can actually push through. Because tomorrow's gonna be a pretty heavy day, which is great. Admittedly, I feel like I am losing focus now that I'm back home. This is why I really do want to go back, because I feel way too comfortable here. You know what I mean? Like, if I went back, you know, it'll be a bit difficult again. But I need that. I'm turning off the light. Sorry. Yeah, we're in pitch dark now. Oh, another thing. So in terms of the secondary ICP, I kind of already had a feel for this, but yeah, they are price sensitive. You know, maybe it's not a margins things, but it definitely like a lead volume and a cash flow thing. Yeah, you could attribute it to they would be price sensitive because they don't have that many leads. That there is like, okay, we can use that to our advantage. But then if it's like, it's not necessarily about the leads that the problem is, but more so their margins. Honestly, the way you'd fix that is like, stop. You charge more, you fucking idiot. Like, bro, if your margins are tight, charge more. People will still pay you for your shit, you know? But yeah. Anyway, and because of that, you know, I gave Claude Code a little research job to do. Not Claude Code, Claude. I use a different account. I pretty much came up with, well, because these creative focused CRMs, there's two main players, Studio Ninja and Honeybook. Honeybook is the more international one, and it's the biggest player, focused on creatives. So that's photographers, videographers, blah, blah, blah. And it's a very generalized product, right? It's very scalable and it can capture a wide audience because of that. It's not really specific to any niche. Whereas Studio Ninja originally, and kind of still is, focused on photographers and mostly solo operatives. Now, the whole economics of that is kind of fucked because A, you cannot scale because there's not a shit ton of photographers out there in the world, especially solos. But even photography agencies and those people who run little companies, like imagine those companies that do the school photo shoots, photo days and all that stuff. That kind of stuff, you know, the market's just not that big. And so scaling just doesn't really make sense. Not only that, but they're price sensitive. So you can't even scale, you turn up the pricing and charge a higher price because they just can't afford it. And so you're just fucked. You're stuck because the tool is so trapped in a box, pretty much. And because of that, when private equity came in and acquired the company Studio Ninja, they pretty much decided it's not gonna be a growth acquisition. It's gonna be a hedge, like a risk hedging acquisition. And so they're collecting their payouts, their dividends from that company. And while the margins aren't huge, and I assure you, the revenue is not that big either. They're still getting a bag. And also, you have to consider they don't really have any other competitor. It's either you work with Studio Ninja for a low price point, which suits the niche of solo photographers who are price sensitive, who cannot afford to go to Honeybook, which is like $150 a month or something. It's either that or you get nothing. And so they just use Studio Ninja. So it's kind of hard to pull away from. So not only do they have no real competitors, but they also have no real other options. And so they're just like stuck. And so the only reason you'd stop using it is if you really hated the platform that much because of the lack of new features, which is another thing. They're intentionally not pushing out new features, the dev team, because the dev team is probably just hired the dev team that we got is probably just like one or two dudes who just maintain the platform, and they don't have the capacity to push out new updates because that's not their job. Because so long as Studio Ninja keeps low overhead, they can maintain a margin and still give their private equity firm a payout. So yeah, that's the whole fuckery of it all. That's why that creative focused CRM doesn't really work. And while yes, maybe a creative focused CRM could be possible, you're going up against like a $2.4 billion company that has already got proven price model, proven product, and has already got a large percent of the audience of the market share. Either that or you just use a regular generalized CRM like Salesforce, HubSpot, Monday. So yeah. There is no real opportunity to create an ad there, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, it's time for bed. Good night, you all guys. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna upload this, but goodbye.